What is up, YouTube? Chris here with Chrono Class Central, and they've updated the rules. We've got like a super big rule book. So this is going to be rules clarifications. It'll be a separate video from Eva, but we'll touch a little bit on the new mechanics. Rules clarifications. So first things first, I'm sorry, I've been telling you guys wrong information, so I'm here to correct that, okay? And just talk about other rulings, things that have changed, and a little question mark that you guys may have had and just weren't really sure what the answer for. So the main thing is we had a radio rate for effects. If you play an effect, you must resolve the effect if possible. So the must is a huge deal. So like you play a card, it destroys something, it must destroy it. If there's a target available, it must do it. So that also means if you have an action card, you cannot activate that card if you cannot resolve the effect. Battler is a little bit different because you can play it, and then if the effect can't resolve, then oh well. So where that comes into play is the tap. This is the biggest thing. I've been playing wrong. So if all my old videos, keep this in mind. If you watch them, if you see this first, after, whatever, I've been playing the tap symbol wrong. I misinterpret it, the tap and the untap symbol. You cannot target a card that is already tapped with a tap target. You cannot target a card that is already untapped with the untapped target. You must resolve the effect. So, I've been playing that totally whack. So I apologize for that. Hope you guys can forgive me and keep that in mind going forward. If you watch any of the other match videos that are before this video in time, they are being played incorrectly. So if you have a tap symbol and your battler is the only one, it's choose any battler and tap it, and yours is the only battler that's there, you must tap that one. You must untap. There is no like fizzling, so to speak. So that's kind of a big deal. That changes how I evaluate a lot of cards, just because whatever, you must tap things, which is pretty big deal. But there is a little bit of a saving grace. If we go up to attacking the Guardian stack, it says there, whenever you attack your opponent's Guardian stack, can I highlight it? Nope. They must reveal the top card of the Guardian stack. If it has a Guardian ability, the opponent has the option to resolve it or ignore it. So Guardian abilities are now optional. You do not have to tap a card if you don't want to. You don't have to play that effect from the Guardian stack if it is detrimental to you. If it's a negative to you, don't do it. You can just skip it. It's optional. It's really important. So that's a pretty big deal. Now there's a lot of cards like Pain, which like would force you to destroy your own super big dude. You don't have to do that anymore, so that's kind of a big change. Beneficial for a lot of cards actually, especially the tap cards. So that's why I kind of bring those up together. And finally, the rules question that I've seen from the Facebook group that some of you guys may not be there, so you might not know about, is time threshold and play the target summon ability. So when you play the target summon ability, you play it as though it were summoned. Time threshold is when you summon a battler with this icon, if the Chrono Clash gauge is indicated, farther than the number, then you play that summon ability a second time and then ignore time threshold. So you might be like, well, how does this work? If I use a green arrow to play a time threshold ability, will it trigger a time threshold? The answer is no, because it says when you summon a battler with this icon. So it's not worded that great, I'll be honest, but it means that when you summon the battler that has the time threshold ability, then you get to use it twice. You can't activate it off the green arrow, even though it's as though it were. I know. Okay, so basically the example is if you have a Jirobu on the field, you play another Jirobu. I don't know why, don't ask me. You cannot target your first Jirobu and get time threshold, if that makes sense. So it's only going to activate when you actually physically summon that card and you physically move the Chrono Clash gauge. Green arrow, summon effect, replays, do not activate time threshold. Blah, blah, blah. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Make it short and sweet. I guess we can talk a little bit about Taunt and Pilot. So those are the new abilities coming in the Eva set, the Evangelion set. So Taunt, while a taunt battler is tapped and not on a quest, your non-taunt battlers cannot be attacked when you summon this battle, you may tap it. So it's very similar to Sentinel, but instead of protecting your guardians, it's going to protect your other battlers, keep them a little safe. So it's pretty cool. You can save, you can keep your guys kind of safer. So things like if you have a recovery unit or elusive unit, you don't want it to be hit, then you could put a taunt down, that kind of thing. Pilot, now this is the super cool part of Evangelion. It's when you can summon a pilot battle normally, go figure, or you can summon it for its pilot cost. And if you summon it for the pilot cost, you attach it to one of your Evangelion cards. They have like a Evangelion like name on it. You'll see even in the Evangelion video. So you can attach it to one of those guys that doesn't have a pilot. So you only one pilot per Evangelion. Come on, it makes sense. And when it's attached, the pilot adds its strength and abilities to the Eva battler. So you just boom, and they fusion and they get it going. So it's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. Big update. Apologize for misinforming. Tap, you must resolve, which means if something is already tapped, you cannot target it for that effect because you're not resolving it. You must tap something. If there's a tap symbol, there's no way around it. You cannot fizzle any effects. So keep that in mind. All my other videos are kind of like it, but we'll be playing it correctly going forward. And if you guys are wondering, well, Chris, what changed? How do you know that it's different? I went to, as you may know, Car Expo in LA. Got a chance to meet Ryan Miller, the lead game designer, and I talked with him and just kind of reconfirmed things. And he said, no, you cannot choose a target that's already tapped with the tap effect. So that's straight from the top, pretty much, is where we got that information. Thanks for watching. Keep on learning, keep on having fun, as we do at Chrono Class Central. Hope you guys had a wonderful holidays. We're gonna get back on the deck profile, match profile grind, and I'll see you in another video.